Sorry, the package delivery on my front porch here interrupted our video. So I like to be the Mike Tyson of gambling. You go for that knockout first blow and you run. It's just like Mike Tyson. He trained forever, and the biggest thing is he felt like he did all this training to win, and it's over in less than 1 minute. Sometimes that happens, most of the times that happens. But the way they trick you is if you stay there, you lose it back. There's been so many times that I go to a casino and people are on the elevator with me, and they were like, I was up $800 as soon as I got here, and now I'm down 200. You don't want that to happen to you. So that's, to me, that's rule number one. You get a winning and you start clocking all these winning and get used to being a winner, not a loser. Because if you start playing casinos like everyone else, you're gonna be a loser your whole life, because that's what casinos do. They make you a loser. So there's been plenty of times that one time I went for my birthday, and I don't like playing the slots and stuff. I like video poker. And I went for my birthday, played the aces game, and I got the 4 aces with the kicker. That paid $1,000. And I was waiting for the attendant to come, because I was like, I won a big prize, and I'm used to the game locking up, and I'm waiting, and I tell the waitress, like, what's going on? How come no one's come? I just hit $1,000 on this thing, on this machine. And she's like, well, you didn't reach the threshold of 1,200 that locks the machine, so enjoy your money. And then that was a lesson for me. But another thing I like to do is when I win something huge, like the most I've ever won was $10,000. I took that 10 grand, when it's something huge, pay off your all your stuff, pay off your crap. Because if you're a casino player and if you have debt, it might be related to the casinos. So if you can take all that money and pay off stuff that you owe and party with some of it, it's way more enjoyable. Like anytime I win like a royal flush, that's $1,000 plus, I buy cigars, I buy whiskey, pay big bills, pay credit cards, and then they can't get it back. But this is one of the biggest mistakes. It's greed. Like there are times that I've hit a royal flush and I want to keep going. Like I enjoyed it for 2 seconds and then I keep spinning. Like, what is the purpose? That is the highest thing you can win. So your day's done. So set goals, and if you hit those goals, leave. It doesn't matter if you've been there 3 minutes. And if you're dying to play, one thing I do is I'm also a poker player. One thing I love to do is if I hit something big on the slots, which are few and far between, but when it happens, it's a beautiful thing. I go and play poker. You can sit down with $100 and play forever if you're a good player, or if things are going well. You can also lose it right away, but still it takes a lot longer for you to win or lose $100, especially if you're playing some kind of limit game and you just want to sit there and cool off. Because trust me, when you hit something big, that adrenaline's pumping from that big win, and you just want to keep going, and that's what they want you to feel, because then you'll lose everything. So another thing I like to do is track everything. Get a little book, track, let's say, for example, I go to a casino, I put the time I got there, then I put the highest peak I've gotten to. So let's say I got there in 20 minutes, I'm up $500. I put that as my peak. And if I didn't leave, what happened after that? And what was I playing? Very detailed. And how long did I spend there? And what was my end amount of money when I'm done? So you keep track of that, and you have to keep that book for a long time, because I wish I did that from the beginning, and I wish I would know how much I've played my whole life, because there's no way of knowing once you don't do stuff like that. You can't keep track. Like, you play online, you play live. Sometimes you play without a card, so there's no way to track it. A card will track you, but there's not always an instance that you play with a card. And then online, they only track your playing for so far back. I've asked for win-loss statements, and they've given it to me for my whole career, but it looks kind of shady. It looks kind of made up, like they fixed the numbers so I wouldn't quit. So that's another thing. Just track everything perfectly, and try to be a winning player. Every time you win, run. That's my mentality. And I only allow myself, like, let's say if I get into a feature and the feature's good, I only allow myself one feature bonus, like on slots. If it's video poker, if I hit quads, or something bigger than quads, a straight flush or a royal flush, that's it. Because there's been times that I hit quads, and what happens, I spend the whole day chasing another quad, and it doesn't happen, and I lose it all back. So the times that I've hit quads and chased it, it's very hard to hit it again. So those are my tips and pointers for you guys. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything. And try to play advantage play games, like play the 9-6 jacks or better. Play, do your research, study, look for games that you have an advantage in, because then your money goes a lot farther than slots. Slots, you're like, I don't even know the percentage, and I don't care. It's way off from video poker. Video poker, the lowest, is like 95% is the percentage of kind of like your kickback from the casino. And some games are 99% and 99.5 or something like that for the 9-6 jacks or better, and the double bonus poker. So hope this helps you out, and leave any tips you have. One of my biggest tips, if you hit something big, blow it. Like pay your bills, have fun. With the 10 grand I paid for my son's college tuition, and him moving to college, I bought my wife some earrings, nice earrings from Tiffany. Another time I got a Royal, I bought a cigar, got a Green Label, Johnny Walker, and just partied it up with that. But if you give it back, trust me, you feel like shit if you give it all back. And there's a story of one of the blackjack dealers that told me that the worst thing he saw is that a lady hit a jackpot for $750,000. Come morning time, this was like 11 o'clock at night, come morning time, she didn't have any of it left. That's how degenerate we are, and that's how degenerate you can get. And don't say no, that'll never happen to you, but it can. And there's so many suicide stories out there that you don't even want to get into that. So as soon as the casino gives you something, run. And that's why I don't like to share any victory stories with people that aren't gamblers, because I don't want them to get into that kind of world. It's too dangerous. And my kids, when my daughter turned 21, she wanted to go to Vegas. So I was praying that she didn't win anything, so she wouldn't have the urge to go back, and that happened. But my son, when he went to college, he played a slot machine for $10, won $200, and ran for it, because he's heard me say that before. But now I'm worried, like, because down the road, if he's exposed to a slot machine, he's going to want to do the same. Whereas if he would have lost, he probably would have lost the urge. And that goes for kind of sports betting and stuff like that. So also study bankroll management. If you go to a casino, you have $200. There's slot machines that are $100 a spin, and I've mistakenly put money in there. I sit in a high limit area when I was new. One spin, my $100 were gone, and I'm like, what happened? And I thought the machine stole my money, and then I see that it's a 100 denomination slot machine. So you got to be very careful of what denomination you're playing, and another thing is when you hit a big jackpot, don't tip more than 1 or 2%. That's the norm for tipping. So, like I said, you go to a casino, you want to have fun, you hit something, go and cool off. Don't keep playing, you'll give it back. Go play poker, go do something different, go have lunch. Treat everyone. When I go with my buddies, if someone hits something big, they're like, dinner's on you. You know, that's the norm for us. And like, there's been times that I won 5,000 in 2 spins waiting to play poker. I was on a poker wait list, and I won this big jackpot. Went home and didn't really care about poker anymore, but got to pay some huge bills, and you know, use that to your advantage as a tool. If you have any questions, just let me know. Please follow, like this video if you're new or old and it helped you out. And if you have any tips or tricks, put it in the comments below about how you protect your money. Some people take a safe. I've done that before. It's like 25 bucks online on eBay. You stick all your winnings in the safe, all your dollars, leave the key at home, and you're safe. Like, but this is how degenerate people are. One time I took my safe. This is how bad it gets. And I won. I'm winning, putting stuff in the safe. And I started losing. Went to the bathroom, took a paper clip from the cage, and picked it. This is how bad it gets. Nothing safe. So that's why when you go to a casino, leave your cards at home. You leave anything that you might pull from your account at home that might get you into trouble. All right. Hope you do well. Safest thing to do is not even play at all. But if you do, these are tips to keep you safe. Take care.